guys, back again. I know it's been a couple of weeks since the last video, but I got a great mail call today. I've been trying to order a bunch of parts to finish the rear end so I can actually get that thing back on the ground. And one of the major pieces just showed up today. So let's take a look at that. Oh yeah. Strange baby. Nothing but the best. So I called Brad at Wagon Wheel Performance to help me get my axle kits ordered up, save a couple bucks. And I didn't necessarily... Strange wants like 1 million measurements for their website. Brad, you give them 3 and it's done. And 2.5 weeks, they're here on my door. Great price. So let's get this box open and see what we got. You ready? I'm in for these. They put a lot of paper in here to protect these big boys. Oh no. They didn't. I don't know what those are. They were supposed to press these on. They didn't press them on. That was one of the things I wanted Strange to do, so I didn't have to go through this. That kind of sucks. But I don't know what those are for. Guess we'll find out. It's pretty serious. I don't know shit about this, so I'm sure some people know a lot more than I do about this. I don't know anything, but I got 2 wheel bearings in here, 2 axle seals, 2 of these spacers, lug nut spacers right there. I got the big boy 5/8 screw in. These are probably here. Wheel stud kit. Yeah, so I got 2 sets of spacers for let me fix this, for my car. They're like 20 bucks a set. Now, what Brad tries to do is tries to get you the right size axle stud, lug stud, in the rear, ordered with it, so you don't have like 8 feet of lug sticking out after you put your wheel lock on. I plan on running 2 types of wheels, and one is a billet specialty, street light. I plan on running this on the street with like a 325/50 15, so I got a big fat meat in there, and my Weld Magnum's 15x10 on the track. Yeah, I know I should really be putting the 275 on the 15x12, gets you like 14-inch across section, but no bead locks. My welds have bead locks, so I'll ride out with the 15x10s for now. It'll be fine. But the difference is the weld center section where the stud goes through is a 1/2 inch thick. These are 0.88 thick, so that's why I have the 2 different size spacers sit under the lug nuts. So this is for these are for the welds, because at the track I really won't care how it looks with the big spacer, but on the street, i.e. car shows, driving around, I want it to look better. Nuts for the back of the studs. Look at these big ass lug nuts. I'm gonna eventually get the billet ones. Champion, Carter, whoever makes them all. These monsters. 5/8 studs. These things are fucking pigs. I don't know if you could really see them, but you see the size of my finger. Those are some fucking big boys right there. Not to the important stuff. Oh. God damn. How about a 35 spline? That's a big boy axle. Now, I didn't get gun drilled or pro race or pro molly or whatever all the other pro race names is because of the amount of street driving I plan for this car. $25 and a half. $25 and a half. So, well, that would be 51 inches. Yeah, that's probably right. Now I'm thinking about that with the brake offset and everything. Yep, 2.5 inch offset. Yeah, but these are fucking nice. These are some meaty axles. What else we got in here? Oh God. What the fuck is that? Stapled it. Oh yeah. Well, maybe a street car, but I ain't trying to break shit. This was only made 4 months ago, so it hasn't been sitting on the shelf that long. 11/17, it says right on it. Nice big boy spool. This is very nice. Before I lose those. So yeah, now let's see. I don't think something's right. I honestly don't know if that's supposed to be bottomed all the way out. Probably not, because I can't get it out. Oh. Oh, and this box too. This came in. This is it's kind of hard to read, but it's a Raytech bearing kit for an 8.8, part number RAT 305K. This came with everything. Not those are housing. Shim packs, ring gear bolts. Diff bearings. I'm sorry, that was a pinion bearing. Pinion seal. Crush sleeve. Not going to use a crush sleeve. I have a Raytech crush sleeve eliminator on the way. Someone has it, $15. I also have my gears on the way. They should be here any minute. So if those show up, so yeah, so you get rid of this crush sleeve so you don't have to worry about it. All the pinion bearings, but I have a Ford Racing 327 gears on the way, and after that I have a trick flow cover. I need some bolts for my diff caps. I don't know if I'm going to use these diff bolts. I might just buy ARP ring gear bolts. I might just buy ARP. I need a yoke, pinion, I'm sorry. But I'm going to buy the one from Doug at Motion Raceworks with the whole reluctor wheel and sensor and everything. It's like $350. So in the future, I can use it for traction control, but for now I'm just going to use it for mile an hour. So I just like these. These things are fucking... I want own pistons and what are these big ass bitches? Just a Loctite this shit. Anyway, screw reading directions. We're just gonna play. Look at the size of that stud. That's a big bitch. Here's your normal 1/2 inch lug. Shouldn't break those. God, I better not break those. If we break these, we got a serious issue. Damn, I gotta weigh this thing. What do you think that all weighs? I don't know. My tracking information said 8.8 pounds. I thought it was kind of funny considering it's for the 8.8 rear. Man. Almost a pound for all the lug nuts. 0.9. Oh. Alright, that whole shebang weighs 18.3 pounds. How nice that setup was. I don't know if these are going to fit. Yeah, I got to draw up my rotors. Thought these wheels fit 5/8. A little Dremel sandpaper try. When I bought the car, it had acorn lug nuts on it. So I think it smushed it a little bit. Give it a little bit of a lift. Just need to take it off. Oh, my butter now. See that? Let me just talk about something. I see a lot of people online bashing parts companies because something like that happens. Well, it's supposed to fit a 5/8 stud. I have 5/8 studs. It doesn't fit. A lot of these people go online, not even call the manufacturer, not way back, not even attempt to figure out the problem themselves, not even attempt to call either manufacturer. They'll just go right on their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or wherever and bash this company. Blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It's a scumbag thing to do, and it just shows how stupid you can be. So, 5 seconds, piece of sandpaper from a Dremel, and well, bam. The shit fits. Look how awesome that looks. Obviously my brake rotor's not in there. I gotta drill the holes out. You know, stock SN95 stuff don't fit 5/8. But yeah, that looks good. I love the black and polished. I want to get the black and polished lug nuts too. See, this is what I was saying about the spacer. It's a little thick hanging out, but it's fine. Because when you go to this wheel, see how much thicker this wheel is? You got the smaller spacer to fit in there. Let's see if I can drill these rotors out. So, I won't bore you that. I'll cut back if I get this drilled out and it fits over everything. So I was going to finish this video up yesterday with the axle package, but then I checked my tracking and I saw my Summit box was coming in today. So I pushed it back a day and show you guys a little bit more of this rear end package. I also brought my spool to work today and pressed the bearings on each end. Smooth as butter. I just got to do the axles still. More Summit stickers. I got a 500 million of those. So what I did was, this is that Raytech delete thingamabobber. Where is it? Crush collar. So there's the crush collar, and when you tighten the pinion down, that crushes. Well, you get rid of that with a delete spacer, and it comes with a bunch of shims. I know it's hard to see. This is there you go. That's the part number for that. It's like $15 or something. Yukon Gear makes one. It's like $70. I honestly don't know the difference. So I went with the cheaper one to start. But I hear these are an absolute prick to use. So we'll just throw that one right in the garbage. Do my knife. So I decided to go with Ford Racing Performance gears. So I asked a lot of questions whether people, there's only like 2 or 3 gear companies that people really like. This, Motive, and something else. But I heard a lot of people don't like the Motive as much anymore because they're not American made, or they were bought out by another company. I can't remember exactly. But the general consensus was the Ford Racing ones was what everybody liked. And they're like $60 cheaper than the motive gears. I think the motive gears were $220, $230. These were $165. These are 327s. I went with 327s. A, it's a turbo car. And B, I plan on driving it a lot on the highway. Not on the highway, but I don't want to be sitting at 4,000 RPMs. Ooh, and making this a gas guzzler. I mean, if I keep my foot out of it, it shouldn't be bad. But, oh, good God. Another crush sleeve. Right in the garbage. Fucker's sharp. FOMOCO 327. Another nut, I'll take that. Come on. Give me the goddamn gear. Yeah, and there's the ring gear. Blow all this styrofoam off. I mean, there's really not much to say about this. I don't know shit about building this. I've never built one. I've been looking online at all tips on what to do. I talked to a couple people. They said hit them up and they'll work me through this. I was originally just going to pay someone to put this whole thing together. But, you know, that's not the do-it-yourself way. Could I fuck it up? Yeah, I mean, you could fuck up the gears. Setting this pinion depth wrong. Setting all that shit wrong. I actually think I kept this spare gear. Looking at it, I kept the wrong one. This is the small one. A lot of people say you can keep this bottom one and you grind out in here so it slides on and off, and then you could set your pinion depth without ruining the bearing. So I might just go buy a cheapo from AutoZone that I can just grind out and slide on. I think everybody says you start 32 to 38, 36 to 34,000, somewhere in there. I got to talk to a couple people about it, and we'll figure it out. I mean, I'll get it together. If it hums, it hums. I take it back apart, and I do it again. It's pretty much everything for the rear axle to put together. The only thing I got to do is order lower control arm brackets, and I think I'm going to bring that to John to do, just so when he does it, he can make sure the rear end's straight as well, because I've welded a couple things on it. Who knows if it's straight or not anymore. Lower control arm brackets. The reason I'm changing the lower control arm brackets is, well, there's two reasons. I don't want to run offset lower control arms, so I'm going to move the lower control arms brackets in 1.5 inches and just run UPR double adjustables. Two, with the height of the car I want it to be low. You'll ruin your instant center, so you need the adjustable height brackets so you can drop that bar down a couple holes so you can keep your instant center right when you drop it down. So TRZ makes them, Team Z makes them, a couple people, I mean a bunch of people make them. I'm probably going with the TRZ. They're like $175 with the doublers welded on. I'm just going to put doublers on it now. For you that don't know, is the doublers are another piece of metal welded onto each side of the holes, so it's extra thick. It's like extra washers, but they do one giant piece, so you don't oblong the holes. I welded washers, top and bottom, thick washers, top and bottom, in the car before I painted it, so I didn't oblong those holes out either. That's the biggest thing people see if you don't have if your torque box is already braced. So we'll do that, and then I will have a video, God willing, in the next 2 weeks, putting the rear end together. No, maybe not. I still got to order the pinion, and like I said, it's $350 with the ring kit. Maybe I'll just order the the pinion without the ring just so I can get this rear end assembled, and then we can get it in the car. I still need to get lower control arms, and I still need to get coilovers. I would like to have it rolling by May. I wanted it driving by May, but I changed my jobs in January, and it was a bit sporadic. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked the parts. Give you good options come when you time to do yours. Like always, get in the garage, crack a beer, get some work done, guys. Have a good one.